This news is truly shocking. Jin chose Italy as the place to reveal a major fact that directly implicates Jungkook. Questions arise. Why Italy, a country known for its history of art, fashion, and cultural diplomacy, was chosen as the location for such a crucial revelation? Is this merely a coincidence, or is there a grand strategy behind this decision? The public's reaction, especially ARMY, erupted immediately after this news circulated. Social media is filled with speculation and heated debates, while the names of Jin and Jungkook are trending globally. In this situation, Italy is suddenly no longer just a tourist destination or a world fashion stage, but a focal point of the meeting between artists, fans, and the media. The question is, what fact is considered strong enough that Jin felt the need to reveal it far from Korea, even choosing the spotlight-filled European stage? This decision is not without meaning. Italy is known as a center for international meetings, where messages delivered will receive global attention. Behind Jin's decision, analysts see a careful communication strategy, bringing personal or group issues to the world stage to gain legitimacy while arousing public curiosity. In this context, Jungkook suddenly becomes an important part of the grand narrative that is deliberately built. ARMY is also divided in interpreting this move. Some believe Jin chose Italy to maintain emotional distance from the Korean media spotlight, so the confession sounds more objective and free from pressure. Others argue that the choice of location is a way to emphasize that the issue being revealed is not only about individuals, but has an international dimension. This makes the issue, which initially seemed personal, a global phenomenon. However, why is Jungkook dragged into this shocking fact? This question remains a big mystery. Many fans suspect that the close relationship between the two, both as groupmates and friends, made Jin feel the need to involve Jungkook's name in the confession. There is a possibility that the fact being revealed is not something detrimental, but rather an explanation that opens up another side of Jungkook that is rarely known to the public. Nevertheless, speculation continues to grow, and the more opinions emerge, the higher the uncontainable curiosity. Italy, with its prestigious stages, also provides different legitimacy to every statement. If Jin reveals something in Korea, it might only be considered local gossip. But when spoken in Italy, a country with global influence in fashion, art, and diplomacy, the message sounds much bigger, more important, and almost undeniable. This is what makes ARMY truly shocked, because it's not just the content of the confession that is surprising, but also the way, time, and place chosen to convey it. On the other hand, HYB's silence as an agency only adds to the dramatization of this situation. The absence of an official statement makes fans even freer to speculate. Some interpret that HYB is preparing a major clarification, while others suspect the company is choosing to remain silent to dampen the escalation of the issue. Whatever the reason, the silence only reinforces the assumption that there is something really big behind Jin's confession. This situation also reminds us of the globalization phenomenon in the entertainment world. When a K-pop idol decides to reveal something abroad, it is not only a personal matter, but also a symbol of how this industry has surpassed geographical boundaries. Jin seems to want to show that issues related to Jungkook, whatever they may be, are not just for local consumption, but something relevant to an international audience. Undeniably, this step raises mixed feelings among ARMY. Some are angry, confused, disappointed, and even proud that Jin dared to make such a bold decision. But precisely here lies the strength of this narrative, a revelation that touches not only the emotional level, but also the intellectual one. Fans are invited to think, analyze, and interpret the meaning behind every word and action. In the end, this news is not just about Jin, nor is it just about Jungkook. It is about how a revelation can shake global dynamics, how one decision can change perceptions, and how a fact can transform into a cultural phenomenon. Italy was chosen not without reason, and ARMY is now faced with a big question. Are they ready to accept the fact that might truly change their perspective on the idol they have admired so far? This is the core of the ongoing surprise. Jin has opened the door to a truth, Jungkook is dragged into it. Italy becomes the stage, and the world awaits the sequel. Why does this news feel so explosive? Is it because it involves the big name of BTS, or because of the dramatic way it was conveyed, Italy as the stage, Jungkook as the figure being dragged in, and Jin as the main actor who dares to speak up? What if all of this is actually just a media construct to create a global sensation? Shouldn't we, as the audience, start questioning who actually benefits from such a big news story? Let's examine further. The fact that this news is largely sourced from platforms like TikTok, YouTube, and Twitter should make us cautious. Social media is indeed the fastest space for information, but also the most vulnerable to manipulation. Have we ever asked, is the viral video clip complete, or is it only presented in part to form a certain perception? Is the narrative we read uploaded by a trusted source, or just an anonymous account chasing views? Questions like these must be asked before we decide to believe. Italy itself, as the location of the revelation, has created a dramatic impression. However, did Jin really choose Italy for a serious reason, or is this just a coincidence that was later amplified by the media? It could be that Italy was chosen for promotional reasons, business cooperation, or just a personal schedule that has nothing to do with Jungkook. Are we as the public too quick to draw conclusions without waiting for official confirmation? HYB, as the agency that houses BTS, remains silent to this day. HYB's silence is interpreted by some as a sign that something big is being hidden. But is it not possible that the opposite is true? That silence is a strategy to dampen news that actually has no strong basis? If there really is a serious fact that the public should know, wouldn't a company as big as HYB immediately act with an official clarification? Why is there no statement of any kind to this day? Shouldn't we be suspicious of this? The next question, why is Jungkook the focus? Is it because his position as the most popular member of BTS makes every issue that touches his name feel bigger? Or is it because his closeness with Jin makes him an easy figure to associate within this narrative? What if Jungkook's name is only used as bait to amplify the issue, when in reality there is no direct involvement? To what extent can the public distinguish between reality and media games? We also need to realize that the global entertainment industry often uses controversy as a marketing tool. Have we ever thought, is it possible that this revelation in Italy is just part of a promotional strategy designed for BTS or Jin to dominate the global conversation again? If that's the case, are we as fans willing to be the target of this sensationalism game? Or do we actually enjoy the drama offered without caring whether it's fact or fiction? Another important reflection is how news like this shows the public's vulnerability in dealing with the flow of information. ARMY as a global fandom is known to be so loyal, but does that loyalty make some people tend to believe without verification? What if loyalty turns into a weakness when used by certain parties to reap profits? Wouldn't it be wiser if we started to be skeptical of every piece of news, even if it concerns the idols we love? We also want to invite you to reflect. What are the consequences if we continue to swallow information without questioning its truth? Are we giving space for fake news or hoaxes to grow bigger? Aren't we ourselves ultimately victims of unclear information? If this really is just a hoax, then the domino effect it causes could harm not only the artists involved, but also the reputation of the fandom globally.